Warning, this is a playthrough of a South Park game which is rated M, and we also question the validity of some game reviews. So if you're 5 and or a publishing company, you might want to stop watching now.
And we're back. So you were saying about Zelda.
Yeah, well, I guess you wouldn't have played all of them because, one, we're still waiting to play fucking Wind Waker.
Yeah, like, I haven't really played a lot of the newer ones. I played a lot of the older ones.
Should you want to go with the elves? That seems like a badass, bad idea.
No, like, the thing is, well, okay. Do you want to fight them? Do you want me to fight them?
I think you should.
Okay.
There is no way you can win, and fighting us will be a complete waste of time. Are you sure you want to fight?
Yes.
Okay, let's get this over with.
So basically, they're gonna kick my ass more than likely.
Why?
Or because this is plot, and they have plot armor. But I am not gonna go down without a motherfucking fight. I'm gonna summon Mr. King.
Wait, whose turn is it?
On your ass.
I'm gonna do my war dance now.
He's gonna do his war dance now. So you best be ready.
I thought you said they were gonna kick your ass.
They would have kicked my ass.
It was useless, but you just had to go and try and fight. Let's go.
What?
Even if you win, they win. Like, they kick your ass, or at least knock you out because it's plot.
That's dumb.
I couldn't get around it. I had to go to the elves. But I proved my superiority to them. Now they know that I am not to be trifled with. But yes, I played a lot of the older Zelda games. It's mostly a lot of the newer 3D stuff.
What's your name?
After Twilight Princess. Those are the ones that are on the ones that were on the portable were not ones that I really ever really got the chance to play too much outside of which one was that? Seasons? The one where there was like 4 different versions of the game.
There's only 2, but Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons.
That's right, yeah. Those were the only, like, outside of the DS games and the ones that came after Twilight Princess, I've played basically most of them.
I'm sorry, he said, if we tell, if you betray us, we'll tell everyone what?
I don't remember what they said.
Fuck.
It's not important. They're basically, like, they're trying to, basically, they want me, I'm still going to recruit the Goths. It's just the difference now is that they want, like, Stan and Kyle want me to bring them to them, basically to team up with.
The elves, okay.
Basically, they told me that I'm on the wrong side, basically.
And
that I should be teamed up with them. So now, I don't. Oh, I can't do anything right now. Okay, yeah.
You should probably talk to people to get their friendship or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do.
My contacts, my maps, my friends list, all taken from me by the She-Ogre.
Oh yeah.
You will help me battle the She-Ogre and reclaim my iPhone? Perhaps you are one to be trusted. Very well. Let us end this.
Yes, Stan. I will help you fight the She-Ogre.
You're gonna fight Shelly?
Yes, and I have to find Jimmy a flute.
Good, great.
My Facebook says the ranch
So anyway,
You know where the ranch is? I'd love to see if I could buy that.
you didn't play the new ones and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, basically.
But you want to play Breath of the Wild.
I'm actually half debating on Breath of the Wild at this point. I'm not as concerned at this. Hello? What are you? And where have you been all of my life? You're not better! Wait, you have 4 attacks. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with that. Just as out of curiosity, basically. Alright, but yes, We do have to play Wind Waker, obviously,
Yeah.
at some point.
Breath of the Wild, though. Breath of the Wild!
I know, you're not a huge fan of Breath of the Wild.
It also doesn't help that they've shown us, like... They've pretty much said that they're gonna port some stuff, which is interesting and all. But it's not a new game. So them pretty much saying, hey, we're giving you, like, this one new game at launch is kind of like, okay, what else you got? No, thank you. I've seen that already. What else you got?
And I can understand your thought process there. But I do still think that it could be an okay game, generally.
I don't think it's going to be bad. I just don't think it's going to be my type of game.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I kind of don't like things that are that open-ended. It's like, I want direction, I want to know what I'm trying to accomplish, I kind of want, like, some sort of a plot, fucking maybe. It's just like, oh yeah, you're in the middle of, like, everything. Go and just beat the game, and it's like, what the... I mean... Like, also having the items have merit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, they'll make me stronger and all, but if I can just... If I can just run directly, after starting the game, into the final fucking, you know, boss. If I can take him without getting anything else, then it's kind of just one of those, oh, hey, here's this item. You don't really need it. It'll make your life a little bit easier, but, you know. It's like, why the fuck do I even care?
Yeah, but there's ways of glitching games to make that happen anyway.
Well, that's its own bit of discovery, I guess. Which I guess you could argue it's just discovering how to play the game without all the extra bits, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, just because you can get there doesn't mean you can beat him.
No, apparently you can. I mean, I think it's one of those, you know, it would be like a matter of a good bit of skill, but at the same time, you know, I would think the big things that would, like, make the difference in a battle like that would be, like, you know, if your equipment's strong enough.
I don't want you, Jimmy.
If you have stronger equipment and, you know, if you have enough, like, hearts and stuff like that. So, you know, me having the hook shot or claw shot or whatever probably won't make a fucking difference.
Fuck you, I joined the L. No, I joined the L's. I'll work with them for right now. I won't force butters.
I
He's
don't
the
know.
best companion. But yeah, no, I get what you mean.
I mean, fucking sure. If somebody else wants to play it, I don't mind watching it. I mean, I might actually find it interesting. I think I'm just gonna go through the entire game being like, what is the fucking point of this? Why the fuck am I doing this? I mean, you know. You could argue that in some other games, I collect things that aren't really important, but it's backed up by a game that, you know, has, like, a story. Like, when I'm playing an RPG, or, you know, in just, like, Battle Network, when I run around to collect money to buy upgrades and get, you know, like, and grind for better chips and stuff like that, that is still after I've done some story.
Yeah.
The entire game is me not just running around grinding for money and grinding for items.
I guess that's cool.
Well, we don't know if there's... Because they only showed us a little bit at the beginning, and there does seem to be like there is a story. There is a path you can follow. You can just choose to not follow it.
You might have watched more than I have. I just watched enough and they're like, oh wow, it's so open-ended. You can climb this mountain. It looks amazing. You can fucking just run right up to the final boss and punch him in the fucking dick. And it's just like, oh, so...
I got the best wig.
Everything else that I do is, you know, unnecessary and I don't actually need to bother with anything else. Cool, great, I don't even fucking care anymore.
I think it's nice to have the exploration. And it gives a little bit more to the game in general. Like, oh, there's so much you can do.
Meh. I guess. It's just, I don't know. And if they did do more, you know, like, if they've shown other frickin' trailers that's like, oh my gosh, there's this feature of the game, and this feature of the game, and this feature of the game. Like, the overall point is, they lost me in, like, the first trailer. And it's kind of like a, you know, like a book. If the first chapter of a book doesn't work for you, if you don't like that first chapter of the book, chances are you're gonna put the book down. You're not gonna be like, I didn't like the first chapter. Maybe I should read through the entire fucking book to see if I actually don't like it or not.
No, you don't know.
I don't, but you still shouldn't have to do it.
Fair enough. I need 2 more friends.
I mean, it's like the same... It's like when people say, it's like, oh, did you read it? Did you read the whole thing? Did you read the whole entire fucking series? And it's like... I'm not going to spend, like, probably days of my life reading through one stupid thing just to determine that I don't like it. Likewise, you know, from what I know of Breath of the Wild now, if somebody else plays it, I'll watch it, but I am not going to spend money just to discover, you know, hey, I don't think I'll like it. And then be like, oh, I was right, I didn't like it.
No, and I can understand that.
If you and Aaron get it, I'll watch you.
I'm probably not going to get it just for the same reason. Just that I'm not too sure how it's going to work.
Nothing can prepare you for this battle. If I die, tell the guys I fought bravely.
I will do so, Stan. We are going to fight the She-Ogre.
I'd also say that, you know, we could watch reviews and see what other people say, but apparently, that's a load of horse shit.
I'm never coming out. I'm never coming out.
Is that Tom Cruise?
I'm never coming out.
He's just hiding in the closet. It's fine.
Okay.
Also, I stole his underwear.
Yeah. Well, it's not the most original opinion. I did not like Skyward Sword. But how it ties into this is mostly the fact that, like, when that game came out, the reviews were all, you know, like, overwhelmingly positive.
True.
They're all like, oh, it's a fantastic game. Oh, it brings so many unique freaking game mechanics.
My iPhone, demon! You little turd! I've brought help. Let's see you try and take us both. Ah!
I already beat up a cripple today. I'm not afraid to fight a girl.
Yeah.
Your days are numbered, She-Ogre.
Everybody loved that game, according to the fucking reviewers.
Let's see if I remember that this doesn't work correctly. She is immune to the stun, but it still did what it's supposed to. Alright. Marker for death, Stan.
So yeah, I don't trust people. I don't trust reviewers. Let's say that. Let's say that.
Let's say that.
I think most of them are paid off now anyway.
Generally.
I mean, there was a pair of reviews that I kind of wondered about for a while.
You hit like my grandpa.
If I listened to Aaron at least, they were completely and utterly false.
Really.
Well, like, a few months back, a certain gaming magazine that shall remain nameless because I don't really want to, you know, like, ostracize any possibilities in the future. Probably not gonna happen, but still, never good idea to burn bridges. When Overwatch and, Battleborn, that's the one he likes,
Yeah.
came out, there was, like, some article, you know, like, this magazine did a review for each of them, right? And Overwatch was like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect game. It is the game of your dreams. It's everything you ever wanted. And it's like, okay, that seems to be what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But then it got to Battleborn and it's like, well, it's alright. It could have been good, but it wasn't really as good as it could have been, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, Those two are kind of direct competitors. If I listen to Aaron at the very least, Battleborn's like fucking amazing and like the best thing ever, and Overwatch is overhyped as shit. I'm not saying that somebody did buy a review on there. I'm just saying I did kind of think to myself, Part of me wants to play both games just to see, you know. Just to see if it was a load of shit or not.
I have played both games. I think...
Is Overwatch perfect? Is it everything I've ever dreamed of?
I wouldn't say Overwatch is perfect, but I do think it is a really good game.
Okay, cool.
And I do think Battleborn is a really good game. It's just... when it comes right down to it, the people who created Battleborn, what it really comes down to is I think Blizzard kind of fucked everybody else when they did what they did with making Overwatch. Because it's just basically like, you can't really compete too much with Blizzard. Because they're Blizzard. They're kind of going to get their way. It's just how things work. Like I said, like, I think they're both really good games. I do think Aaron's gonna hate me, but I do think Overwatch is better.
I'll link him in this specific video.
But that doesn't make Battleborn a bad game. I just think Overwatch plays a little bit better, it works a little bit nicer, and I don't know. It's just, they're still, they're updating both, but they're updating Overwatch more on a more regular basis.
Okay. I also kind of wonder.
Where am I in conjunction of things? I hate Scoop. You also kind of wonder.
Does Overwatch have a story?
Yeah. It doesn't, like... Okay. So, Battleborn has a story within the game itself. So, like, there's, like, basically story missions you can go on. And there is, like, you learn throughout playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Overwatch has lore that is outside of the game that Blizzard distributes between, like, they have a website, they have comics, they have a bunch of stuff that's basically distributing the lore of the game and the characters so that you can find all that stuff out.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Why?
It's gonna sound weird, but I heard like a while ago that like Tracer was either a lesbian or bisexual.
Oh yeah, she is.
And it's just one of those, if you don't have a story, why the fuck does that matter?
No,
there is a story that makes total sense.
Yeah, no, they came out recently. I think it was like it was like a week or two ago. To date this episode. Yeah, they came out with like a comic strip that had her. I think it was like, I haven't read it myself, but I was told about it. That I guess she like went on a date with a girl or something.
Yeah, no, if there's actual lore, that's fine, but saying that she's like if there were not lore, saying what anybody's sexual orientation would be, it just strikes me as dumb, you know?
Yeah, especially with fictional characters.
It would be like, also, if they're like, and this guy, every Friday night, throws rock and margarita parties. It's like, when the fuck does that even get brought up in conversation? But no, if they all have distinct personalities, if it's not just a bunch of random bullshit, you know, that they're just throwing out there to appeal to a certain crowd, no. If it makes sense, I'm cool with it. That sounds kind of heavy-handed.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I'm cool with this person being a lesbian now. My opinion is the only one that matters. You can be a lesbian, but only if I approve it.
Alright. Well, we're going to end this episode here. Once again, outside of the school, I'm going to get right next time, or we're going to go in there, and I'm going to show the goth kids how nonconformist I am by conforming to what they consider to be nonconforming.
God damn it.
Conform to the nonconformist, but don't conform. Because if you're conforming, you're a conformist. And the nonconformist won't like you. Yeah. It's dumb.
Boy, I have some big rant I could say on that, but since we're taking a break between these episodes, I'll probably completely forget it.
I'll try and remind him. So...
You won't.
I won't. I probably won't.
Douchebag! And the wild card mid-boss says, douchebag! Video games light up my screen, douchebag! And when we start to gain levels, douchebag! The other kids will fear our strength.